So I hope you guys are as excited as I am for what is about to come in the crypto market because Shiba Inu, despite trading sideways for several weeks, understand that this is an important thing. And in fact, SHIB has the perfect setup heading into 2025, which should be a big boom in optics, a big boom in traffic, and obviously a big boom in adoption, which is what Shiba Inu needs to extend to the upside, setting a new all-time high. And there's a couple important things that I need to show people right now to really help bring this into scope. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So I know some people get frustrated with chop and sideways trading and understand that it's an essential part for extensions to the upside. For example, Shiba Inu, even recently here in mid to late November, did a very similar thing, traded sideways before its extension to the upside. Very similar thing right here too, traded sideways for actually like a month and a half, extended to the upside like 100%. And then same thing back here, obviously in the summer as we got into the start of August, then into September, and that led to a 60% move to the upside. Now, what's interesting about this is at the same time that we're seeing this sideways trading take place, we are extending from that trend. We're staying above our 200-day moving average, and we're also seeing a little bit of momentum shift on the RSI. And this is a very important thing because we have now seen the RSI actually breach our signal line. Very, very bullish setup. And why I'm saying this is we have seen this many times before, right? Been below this trend, been below our signal line, and then we have our extension, our move to the upside, right? Below the signal line, extension, move to the upside. So this is what SHIB has basically been waiting for and prepping for, right? We needed momentum to cool down. We needed to get out of these overbought ranges and get to a more comfortable level of accumulation. And the great news is that SHIB has done it at a higher floor. Hopefully that makes sense for people, right? Now, at the same time, what we're seeing here on the weekly chart is a very strong sign as well. We're actually seeing, again, the RSI start to flip around, and it looks like it's going to go back and approach the signal line sometime in mid-January. And we have seen this exact same thing play out too. The reason why I keep referencing this early 2024 move, the move in March, look at what happened there. Breached below the signal line, and then the RSI flipped around, came back up, and look at what that led us to. Our March extension, our 4.5x move. We have potentially, because there's no guarantees in crypto, potentially our big boom coming just ahead of us. Okay. Now, nobody knows the future. I don't have a crystal ball. We'll have to wait and see how these things play out. But what I really want to show people too, I know there's a couple people that keep asking me, exchange supply. This is the lowest consolidation of supply on exchanges. We pre-pump level. All right. That was a horrible way of explaining that. Okay. So we have the lowest levels of supply at a consolidation range before a pump. All right. And this is going to impact this next move in a very big way. Remember, we were reaching extreme lows all the way back here in early 2024 in terms of supply available on exchanges before our boom. Okay. We saw the same thing, or we're seeing the same thing again here now. We saw the same thing take place actually in September before SHIB started its next leg. So, started the same thing here in September before our next leg. So we're in the perfect spot for that next extension to the upside. Now, I've seen some comments, and I know there's someone specifically that keeps referencing, oh yeah, Bitcoin has set a new all-time high. It's broken 100K. Shouldn't SHIB be there? Why isn't it? And, these are very good questions. And frankly, it's kind of a normal thing. Normally assets, they do not set new all-time highs until the year following the halving. It's usually early on, like January. And that's why it's kind of funny because I put out that video yesterday about 3010 and people were like, oh, not going to happen, impossible, hopium, right? No, that's just normally what happens in crypto. But what I think is interesting here is what has happened during 2024. Now, understand that 2024 is basically a year of a little bit of excitement. The halving does tend to bring in some people, but it's not a big year of adoption. We have seen adoption across the crypto market. We've seen Shiba Inu set new all-time highs in terms of holders, which are a very exciting thing. And yet, despite that being the case, when we look at Shiba Inu search traffic, it's actually very low compared to what it was at the all-time high. Very low compared to the surge that it saw basically in May of 2021. All right. Now, if you guys remember, that was when Shiba Inu was actually getting up to almost these ranges that we're at currently, right? SHIB surged. Where are we here? I'm getting lost in the charts, guys. We saw Shiba Inu surge to actually some very nice levels in 2021, and then correct, go all the way back down to basically 507. Okay, 507, 508, chop, consolidate, right? There were more optics back here than there is at this current structure. All right, which is kind of weird, but not weird. And why I'm saying that is what you're seeing is a lot of the people that have gotten into Shiba Inu have been people that are currently here in the crypto market. So you're seeing adoption from within. And what it's doing is it's creating strength. Okay. Because we haven't seen the big FOMO from the people outside the space into the space yet. Okay. So we just have to be patient and wait for that move. And what's really good about this, guys, is we're seeing the exact same trends we have seen cycle after cycle after cycle. For example, BTC search optics, very, very high, right? It's doing quite well. BTC kind of leads the way for everything. And what's interesting about this is yet, despite BTC being around 100K, not even close to where it was at the all-time highs. In fact, when we look at these moves in 2020, it's following a very similar trend there, right? Peak in July, then a new peak in the latter part of the year. Look at middle of the or early part of the year this time, but then latter part of the year, kind of a perfect setup. Crypto searches in general, very similar trend, right? Peak, peak, and then the boom, peak, peak, and then we're prepping for this big boom. Okay. Now, it doesn't always play out the exact same way, but what we're waiting for again is the big boom in terms of search volume for assets. We're waiting for the big boom in adoption, right? And this needs to play out a certain way. And that is what is going to lead Shiba Inu to some pretty exciting moves moving forward. But we just need to be patient. We need to let it play out. And, it takes time. Understand these market cycles are long. They don't always move in a straight line. I don't know if I showed you guys this. I think I had to re-record this video, but we're playing out perfectly into this cup and handle here, right? Here's the cup, here's the handle, and then that's the extension we're going to try to make. All right. So just be patient. Understand that there may be chop, there may be volatility in the short term, but we understand where this market is heading to. It's heading to a time of big adoption, a time of big inflows, and SHIB is well positioned for this next explosive leg ahead. So appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Show your love below. Let me know your thoughts. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.